Hello friends, how are you? I hope you all must be fit and fine. So today in this video, in this part, we are going to do the next part, the rest of the part which was left in the previous videos, and we are doing this chapter and the other part of the videos. So let's start. So, till now, we have learned so many things over here, right? Don't we? We have learned how do animals and living beings grow, how do living things move, and their like respiration and the ways that how they excrete, and so many things. We have learned till here how do living beings reproduce, and living things have a fixed lifespan. We have learned it here. So let's see what is the fixed lifespan. All living things live for a certain period of time and then they die. Every living organism goes through these four stages in the life: birth, growth, maturity, and death. Time. Hence, the period of time through which organisms live from birth. So, lifespan of an organism depends on which type of organism it is, and how is the organism, and is it able to survive predators or not. See, if an organism lives for 2 to 3 months, then it's not sure that it will live for 2 to 3 months for sure. It could live 1 month or 4 months. But if any hunter or predator will hunt the animal, then it will die ultimately at a moment, because then it has no option. If it can't protect itself, then it must die, because it doesn't matter it has a fixed lifespan or not. If a predator hunts on it, then the animal dies. Hence it's not a thing of fixed lifespan. It is the thing of predator and hunter. It's not decided that how much lifespan do you have. For example, a butterfly might live for 2 to 4 weeks, while a dragonfly might live for 6 to 12 months, and a house cat might live for 12 to 16 years, while a human may live for 60 to 80 years. For suppose a butterfly is being eaten by a lizard, just suppose, then it doesn't matter that its lifespan is 2 to 4 weeks or not. It could be eaten in 1 week or 3 to 4 weeks. It doesn't matter that what fixed lifespan it is. Just like that, dragonfly might be hunted in 7 to 8 months, and it's not fixed that it will live till 12 months. And just like that, humans may come into any accident or something like that, but it's not always sure that they might live for 60 to 80 years. Hence, it's not a very fixed lifespan of any specific animal. But here you can see the lifespan, predicted lifespan of the animals over here. So these are the predicted lifespan of some animals like African elephant, dog, lion, and rat, etc. Here are their lifespans. Now see, plants also have varying lifespans like animals do. Like here you can see all of the animals have various lifespan. Some may have 60 to 70 years, or some may have even 1 to 2 years. Some may have 100 years or some may have 1 year. It's not decided that one may live 100 years or 1 year. Just like that, plants also have varying lifespans. Some plants such as coriander may have a lifespan of only few weeks, while large trees may live for hundreds of years. Well, while reminding hundreds of years. Do you have ever seen the rings of a cut down tree like this? Well, these are the rings of a tree which remind us that how old the tree is. Each ring represents 1 year. Like in 1 year, the tree grows an outer layer on itself, and the trees also do not have a fixed lifespan. Suppose some human may cut the tree down. So what do have the tree to do with it? Because it's not supposed to be live like for a long time or short time. If it has been cut down, then we can't do anything no matter what lifespan it is. So these rings depict what how many years have the tree have survived. So this is the way to get to know how old is the tree. Now let's move on. Here is a quick nibblet which we can see about here. The redwood trees are the tallest and the largest trees in the world. The giant sequoia trees type of redwood can live over 3000 years. Just imagine this much amount, 3000 years. It's so much, right? But if a human cut down the trees, then the 3000 years living trees could be 30-year living or 300-year living or 3-year living. We are not supposed to find it out clearly. Hence, we cannot say there is a fixed lifespan of a specific animal or a plant or a living being. Now, next characteristic of living being, living things responds to stimuli. Now see, work with a partner, discuss how would you most likely react in following cases. See, suppose you are sitting in a room and a torch is suddenly shown in your eyes. You will probably be angry, right? Because you are just sitting calmly and someone randomly shows torch on your eyes, then you would be probably angry. You accidentally touch a hot object in kitchen. You may react quick because you don't want your hand to burn, and if your hand burns, then you would probably cry or something, like you would be sad or you would be in pain. You slip while walking on a wet floor. Same like that, you will cry or you may suffer from pain. And you step out from a dark room into bright sunlight. You might feel a kind of freshness, don't you? From a dark room in proper sunlight, you will feel a kind of freshness. In each of the situations, in let us do 5, we are exposed to a sudden change, right? We are exposed to a change that we are not supposed to at that time. Like it is not supposed to that someone accidentally shown a torch in your eyes. It's response to stimuli. You touch a hot object. How do you react? How do you know that you have touched a hot object? Your stimuli that is in your brain tells you that you have touched a hot object and then reacts. And hence it is called respond to stimuli. Any change in the organism's surroundings that cause a change in behavior is called a stimulus, and its plural form is stimuli. Now let's see what is response. Response is, as we all know, immediate action taken by an organism or a living being to adjust itself according to the environment or the surroundings and to change itself through the stimulus. And we have to write down two more examples of such daily life or such that things that we respond to our stimuli, and then we have to write it down. You have noticed so many things around your surroundings, like suppose you may have catched a ball coming to yourself, and what is this? It's just a response to stimuli. You have a cold ice on your hand or on your body, like just unknowingly you don't know about it, and you just move that you don't know. That's response to stimuli. All living things respond to stimuli like light, sound, and temperature. And when you move towards a bird, it senses through its stimuli, and then when a predator comes, it flies away. The prey immediately rushes away from the area because it has known that the predator is coming towards it. Animals find warmth when the weather becomes cold. Why they find warmth? Because they feel from the stimuli that there is cold environment outside. Plants also respond to changes in their environment. Let us observe this through an experiment. Take a potted plant and place it inside a dark room. We have to take a potted plant and place it inside a dark room. Suppose this area over here would be a dark room over here, right? And it is a dark room. And what we have to do now, there is a pot placed in this dark room with a plant. Okay? Here is a pot with a plant, and another plant near a window. Suppose this is a window and fresh sunlight is coming through it. Does it looking like a window? And very fresh sunlight is coming through our window, like over here. Now just imagine there is also a plant over here, and if the plant is near the window and it's thriving, and there is a plant in a dark room, then what can we observe after a week? We will observe that the plant looked at the beginning of the week like this is a healthy plant, suppose, and the end of the week it will be very weak. Why? Because it's not getting any sunlight and it's not getting any air, hence it will not be able to survive. And this is near a window, getting proper sunlight, proper air, and proper water through rain. Now see, these are the differences of being stimuli and response to stimuli. Now let's see classifying things as living thing and non-living thing based on their characteristics. All living things have some common characteristics that are not shown by non-living things. Like we respond to stimuli. Does non-living things also respond to stimuli? No. However, sometimes non-living things also show some of these characteristics. Like we have seen living things grow and non-living things also grow. Where do we have seen that? Right over here. Non-living things also have grown in this copper sulfate activity, right? So as we all know, some characteristics are in both. Like in some common characteristics, living thing and non-living thing are same. Hence, classifying something as non-living thing and living thing is not always easy. For example, suppose there is a river. It also moves. It also grows in size. It also extends in size. Cars, clouds, bicycles, they all move, and they can be classified as living things based on this characteristic. But we cannot only just rely on one single characteristic. Living things have so many of them. These living things breathe, they eat food. After that, they grow, they take births, they die, and they even respond to stimuli. But non-living things, they have none of them. They don't respond to stimuli, they don't take birth, they don't die, and hence they don't breathe as well. That's why we have to look at all of the characteristics around us, and then we can decide or classify whether it's living thing and non-living thing. On the other hand, there are some things that appear to be non-living thing, but wait for the correct time to show the characteristic of a living thing. For example, a seed. A seed is not showing any characteristic of living thing, but when water, air and sunlight, like there is a non-living thing, a seed, and you put another non-living thing, water, another non-living thing, air, and another non-living thing, sunlight. Can anyone imagine that it grows into a living thing like a plant? No, right? Because a non-living thing can turning into living thing. Then what is the definite definition of living thing and non-living thing? Like, see, wooden chair. It is made from a material that was once living, but now it's non-living. What material? Wood. Once it was living when it was a part of a tree, but it is not. Why? Because because it was getting proper sunlight, air and water, and now it is not, and had made through iron and etc. things. We may thus conclude that there may be many cases where a thing does not show all the characteristics of a living thing or a non-living thing we have learned yet, but it will be yet a living thing or a becoming or upcoming living thing or non-living thing. Here are some questions. How would we describe the word living? As we have seen just now, that as example of seed, it is first living thing, it is first non-living thing, but then a bunch of non-living things, when they support or help the non-living thing, it turns into a living thing magically, and that's how we describe the word living, which shows some proper basic characteristics, common characteristics, is called a living thing. Name the different ways humans excrete waste. First through sweat, then urine, then feces, and so many other ways. Do plants reproduce only through seeds? No, there are uh, mono reproduction or kind things like that you have seen in potatoes, and there are small buds on the potatoes. There are the different ways for reproducing. Diversity of living things. Just look at how diverse our world is. How diverse it is that even living things have diversity, including non-living things. Like, look at the diverse world of organisms around us. There are a whole variety of living things around us. Some are too small that they can not be seen even, while some are so big that they make their own food while giving others living things as well. Like, just take example of plants. They make their own food and then give all the animals their food too. Isn't it just magical? Well, some of them breathe through stomata, while others breathe through noses, spiracles, and so on. Some of them have a short lifespan, while others have a long, while others have a extra long lifespans. However, all the organisms perform on basic life functions just like other organisms do. We can group living organisms based on their similarities and differences, right? Just example for rose plant and mango tree. Both breathe through stomata. These are the similarities. However, ants breathe through spiracles while cats breathe through noses, including humans. These are the differences. There are 25,000 to 4 lakh kind of plants and around so many kinds of plants and animals on earth. We are one of them. Now we have learned so many things till now. Let's do a quick revision and then we can move on. See, first we have learned about the characteristics of living things and non-living things. The characteristics may vary. First, we have learned multicellular and unicellular organisms, then about cells and organs and organ system and organisms, and then we have seen growth of an organism, how a baby becomes an adult, and then we have seen response to stimuli and living things respire, and how do living things excrete and how do they reproduce. And we have even learned about the fixed lifespan and classifying non-living things and living things. That's all we have learned in this chapter. So much, right? It was just totally fun and an adventure of knowing about living things and non-living things. Hope you liked this video and understood it. If you do, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Bye.